It's Christmas! Welcome to the Luke and Pete Show. It is Monday the 29th of December. My name is Pete Donaldson. I'm joined by Mr. Lukey Moore. Lukey Moore, how the devil are you doing? Are you enjoying the feast of sports, the feast of food, the feast of everything that's good about the Christmas sort of period?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, at this point, I'm pretty tired because my son won't sleep. Family, probably a bit tedious. Not the immediate family, but, it's, you know what I mean. I'm sure lots of people will resonate with that. But I'm okay, thank you very much indeed. How are you? How was your Christmas?
It was good. What did we do? Just
any more prawns?
No, there's many prawns. There's lots of prawns up for grabs. I made a steak.
The chicken of the sea.
The chicken of the sea. I made a beef Wellington. That was quite good. Did I tell you about the old beef I bought? I bought old beef from.
I never want to hear that question.
I went to up to.
No one else in my life would ever ask me that question.
I was going to Aldi for some odds and sods, some bits and bobs, and obviously perusing the middle aisle is why I live. But there was a butcher's over the road from there, and I was
like, butcher's bin.
There's a butcher's bin. I'll pop over there and I'll go. Did I tell you about this? The rotten beef I bought? I bought some rotten beef. No. Okay. I bought some rotten beef.
This shouldn't be happening.
I bought 40 quid's worth of rotten beef, Luke. Not ideal for me.
What
for me, beef Wellington.
Did you know it was
Wellington.
Rotten?
It didn't look great, but I was like,
is it grey?
The man was dressed like a butcher, Luke. He was a man of older.
Hillary Briss from League of Gentlemen.
He was like that. He was an older man with a nice white beard, and he had a hairnet and a hat. Well, he had like a proper butcher's hat and a proper butcher's clothes, and. I mean, none of the meat looked good. I don't know who's buying it, but none of the beef.
You're buying it.
Well, yeah, I'm buying it. I fucking bought it. I said, "Have you got any for a beef Wellington?" He went, "Yeah."
What joint of beef was it? What cut was it?
It was.
You're supposed to fillet, aren't you?
It's just a fillet. Yeah. He said this one, and he said 40 quid. I was like, fine. Put it in there, and I got it home, and I was like, you know what? That place didn't look great. It didn't stink, but it was just like when thick steak. The air's got to it a bit, and it goes a bit. It goes a bit cooked.
Grey, doesn't it?
It goes a bit cooked. It goes a bit grey, yeah. And so I'm like, and so I get it home, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's not beef Wellington quality. That's Sammy's birthday's Christmas Eve kind of quality, isn't it? Sammy's getting.
Could he eat rotten beef? The dog? Would he be okay with that?
It's not rotten. It wasn't rotten, but it wasn't in tip top shape. And I was like,
just go back to Waitrose or something.
Well, I went to old. The Google and went, is he on the level, this guy? And like, there was too many 1-star reviews saying I can see fly eggs. Like, when you're seeing reviews that involve the word fly eggs, you don't need to. Yeah.
Is this, so is this just unless it's like an Alice in Chains album or something, then you'd be fine with that.
It's one of those ones where it's half butchers, half greengrocers, and you're like, mate,
it's on the high street.
Yeah, it's on the high street, and that's why it's dying. Because men who cosplay as butchers are giving you shitty meat. Yeah, they don't have to try. I've bought the smock, I've bought the tabard, and I've bought the hat. That's all you should need from me.
I don't trust takeaways that try and do too many different things.
I'm
not buying fish and chips from a kebab shop.
Okay, well, kebabs are slightly different, but I'd say
I'll buy a kebab from a kebab shop, and I'll let them do a burger.
A Chinese restaurant has 99 different, that's
a cuisine. They should stick to one type of cuisine. People.
But what I'm saying is, if I'm trusting a Chinese, Szechuan chef to do 99 different variations of a bit of chicken and beef, I'm going to trust them to fry a fucking omelette. I'm going to trust them to fry some chips. I'm going to trust them to do some fish fingers.
Omelette and chips is part of some. No one knows why, but omelette and chips is part of the UK Chinese takeaway oeuvre.
Yeah, I know, but that shouldn't be there, should it? I mean, omelettes, maybe.
Let me give you an example to make it easy for you. I'll make it easy for you, right?
Right.
Pete, we're going to go and get a Chinese, and we're going to that. Right. The only takeaway in town is that Chinese restaurant, right?
Yeah.
They also sell doner kebabs. Would you like a doner kebab from that Chinese restaurant?
No. You've instantly made your Chinese look worse.
I'm not besmirching the great tradition of the Chinese takeaway, which I like. And it's the same way the lovely Turkish fella down at Woody Grill near where I live.
Yeah.
He does sell fish and chips, and God bless him for doing that. I'm going to the fish and chip shop for my fish and chips. If I want a kebab, I'll come and see you, pal.
But he could probably have, with the big elephant's leg, he's got lamb dripping. He could cook it in lamb dripping, couldn't he? He could start.
I might be back on board here.
Chips. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That would be good. He also deserves special credit because he also, inexplicably, and again, God bless him for doing it, he sells, as part of his drinks offering, about 15 different flavours of Capri Sun.
He's a cash and carry hero. He's the cash
amazing.
and carry king. Yeah.
Do you want a drink, boss? Well, obviously, I want a Capri Sun now.
Have you got like
it's great to
Have you got
witness.
like weird exotic forms of Capris? Would you like a mega Capri Sun? And you go into the back with him.
They are quite big,
and it's as big as a Fiat. It's as big as a car.
Remember once I told you in the Ocean Breeze in Gospel, which isn't there anymore. It's called Brothers
Ocean
Kebab
Breeze
House
sounds
now.
like a Capri Sun.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Flavour of Capri Sun. Ocean Breeze was the kebab shop on Gosport High Street near the harbour, so down the end.
Right.
It's a very apt name for it because the Ocean Breeze did whip down there.
Well, yeah, and I imagine the lambs, Ocean Breeze. I wouldn't give them authority on lamb or chicken. You need to be calling it the Turkish Grill. Or
I know what you mean. Well, anyway,
Istanbul.
Everyone used to
cook.
go there.
Right.
Everyone used to go there, right? And I've told you about this. Once the guy in front of everyone called me. He was calling everyone big man, and he was.
Right,
Then he called me the big boss, right?
Yeah.
Which is brilliant. And then I told you about Belly Busters up in Farnborough, where the guy was obsessed with Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah, nice.
And he used to say, he used to go, yes, please, lovely jubbly. Yeah. And he used to, if he did anything or he didn't have the right change or whatever, he'd go, you plonker Rodney, plonker Rodney, plonker Rodney. Like he thought the guy's name of the show was Plonker Rodney.
Plonker Rodney. Nice.
But anyway, the Woody Grill in South London where I live, my next door neighbour, who's a bit of a dark horse, we occasionally go for beers in the local. No. And on one occasion on the way back from the pub, he was like, I'm going to get a kebab. Do you want to get one? And I was like, yeah, all right. I haven't had one for ages. I'll go and get one. And I went in there with him, and he was like a fucking celebrity.
Oh, what? He's like a regular?
Yeah. They were like, let's call him Tom, because that's his name. Yeah. He was like, they were like, Tom, hey, good to see you. And he was like, usual please, Boston, all this kind of stuff. And it was, I felt really jealous, because obviously I like being the centre of attention. And everyone
Did you feel like you were a plus one?
I'd never been there before.
Did you feel
I was like a plus one, yeah.
Right.
But he was a bit of a face in there, and he was like, and he was the one who introduced me to the fact they sell Capri Suns in there. I mean, they do other Coca-Cola products as well, but for some reason the Capri Suns do a roaring trade. Maybe other kebab shops are missing their trick there.
If you're pissed and you're eating a kebab, like a Capri Sun is the most difficult one. You got to stab the thing through the hole, and now it's a paper straw as well, which is even fucking worse. Like absolutely nightmarish.
These ones aren't paper straws, I don't think. I think they're getting the proper import jobs.
Get the proper stuff. Yeah. I went into my fish and chip place of choice, pun intended, Fishalicious, and they said
that's a poor name.
Fishalicious. That's all right. I mean, I've seen better. I've seen worse.
It should be deficious, shouldn't it?
Deficious, like what? Like
it sounds a bit deficient, so you probably can't do that. Fishalicious. It's just fucking weird to say it.
Fishalicious, darling, you're fishalicious.
Sounds pervy.
It does sound pervy. Oh, baby. You're fishalicious, baby. I went in and she went, Pete, isn't it? I was like, become a local.
Pleasing.
Because every Friday I get me battered. I don't have a fish, but I have a battered sausage and a gherkin. And she knows me. She knows my order. Nice. It's quite upsetting.
There's a really good fish and chip shop near where we live. Yep. And I know everyone says their local is the best, but it's good. But there's another one that its big USP is that it still fries the fish in beef tallow.
Yes, yeah. No, it just the high watermark of everything.
Right, so it makes it taste really, really like really kind of unhealthy, but delicious.
Imagine the 80s.
Right? But what he's not, and I really want to tell him this, but I don't think it's my place. The reason I hardly ever go in there is because there's two reasons really. One, the beef tallow fat gives me pumps, right?
Right. Does it really?
Okay. Yeah. But the main reason is he's got this USP where he does the beef tallow, which no one does anymore. And that's a good USP, and he should advertise it more. But he also refuses to take card payments.
Yes, okay, that's a bit of a classic, isn't it?
And the nearest cash point to his place is about a 10-minute walk away.
Yeah.
So my feeling is just that if you're going to do that, at least put a cash point in the shop, right? Because you can do that, but you won't do it.
No. Maybe
Go there more often, probably. If you do.
Maybe he wants a cash-only business that...
but one can only speculate why he might want a cash-only business, Peter. Not for us to say, but...
Cash-only business, but also he doesn't want that many people paying with cash.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Complicates things, doesn't it?
You've got to... As sad as it is, and I lament this as much as the next man, you do have to move with the times to an extent.
You simply have to. You
don't want to be the only living samurai in fish and chip shop man in outside Japan.
Well, especially with in London as well. Out in the sticks, the amount of times my neighbour will give me a £50 note for whatever.
Oh, come on!
What do you mean?
£50 notes these days?
Honestly, Essex men, they just always have a roll.
Where are they
in their
getting them
pockets.
from?
I don't know. I think there's just a lot of I don't know.
They must be going to branches of banks, which you can hardly ever find anymore, and asking specifically for £50 notes.
What's
the only
50?
person in my mind
is a monkey 50. Monkey.
Yeah, monkey's 500.
500.
The only people in my mind who I think of when I think of £50 notes are people like Tom Skinner.
Right. Yeah.
He's
Frank
Essex,
Champion.
isn't he?
When I do Frank Champion, when I get Frank Champion something from Amazon, he always pays me in cash as well. So that just goes into the babysitting fund.
Yeah,
that just goes
towards
in
your fucking tax bill. It fucking should be.
Goes in a little tin.
Yeah, you go for your annual Magna Carta drive to the Inland Revenue Office.
I'll have you know, I got a letter last week. I'll have you know. I got
screaming down the phone to the Inland Revenue, the Exchequer, Magna Carta. You've got no right to take this.
I got a letter last week saying that I'd finished my direct debit for the last payment. On to the next one in January. Oh dear.
So what is your current tax situation?
Just precarious, one might suggest. Scary.
You're wrestling with the Exchequer again.
Ooh, scary. It's not wrestling. I just they asked me for some money. I'd say, well, I don't have that. So let's come to some sort of direct debit agreement.
I know someone who.
If you ever want a lot of emails, go into your HSBC internet banking and just cancel all the direct debits. People will ring you almost immediately going, "Hi, this is Pets at Home. Do you still need the..."
sets off an alarm in the office, probably.
Say again?
Probably sets off an alarm in the office.
This guy
I did it with Thames Water. I thought to myself that because a lot of these kind of companies, utility companies, basically. Yeah. They got this fucking. I think it's probably a scam where they estimate your shit and then they just keep all your money on their fucking account.
Right.
And they're probably putting that in that balance sheet, right? So with my energy company, at one point I had 400 quid worth of credit with them, right?
Right.
Because we've estimated your bill, but don't worry, you're in credit, and I'm pretty sure that's grey area stuff. I think it should be my money actually, and you shouldn't. If you're doing that with 100,000 customers, once you figure out what we owe, you're making a lot of interest off that.
Once you figure out what I owe, I'll pay you it. Well, let's not. I'm not just giving you fucking
exactly. Right. And the Thames Water, I started to think to myself, if they fucking go bust, which they could do at any minute if the reports are to be believed, I don't really want 300 quid of my money going down the pan.
It's a good point.
Because so I cancelled the direct debit. And given that they are the most hapless company in the country, for sure, everyone listening to this knows about my opinions on Thames Water, and you cannot get through to them for love nor money, right, when you need to. How long do you reckon it took them to call me when I cancelled the direct debit?
Oh, within a day, I'd say, yeah.
Oh, it's the same day?
Same day.
Did they have my account number to hand? Oh, apparently, yes, they did. Right? Did they know all about me? Yes, they did. Was it Mr. Moore this, Mr. Moore that? Of course it was. Fucking wankers, man.
Mr. Moore, please, we implore you to connect. Well, if you'd connect more pipes together, I would connect the direct debit pipe to your bank account. But
and you also,
unfortunately,
can't
money is spraying out of the floor. Yeah. Oh, should we take a short break and get back?
I didn't say Magna Carta. I didn't say.
You didn't say Magna Carta. Good on you.
I didn't say she's turned the winds against us.
Very reserved of you. Right, should we take
a
short break and then come back?
When we come back, I've got some quite big news.
Oh, we're back with the Luke and Pete Show. Luke Moore's got some very big news.
New flavour of Capri Sun at the local kebab. No, I've only gone and bloody put the house on the market, haven't I?
Whoa, hang on. You were going to be doing a little architectural improvement on the house you've got. I offered to do up your home with some bricks, mortar, wool.
Carry on.
To improve it for you.
Yeah, the contractor got wind of it and they thought there might be a Donaldson element and they just cancelled my order.
They wouldn't give you the raw materials.
No, we changed our mind. We decided to go on the market, so it's all very exciting.
Oh my god!
Is it exciting? It's bloody exciting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bit of both, really. I like the project of it. I like the kind of. I mean, obviously at the start of the process, right? So I'm not completely stressed out about it. But at the moment, I quite like the kind of back and forth. You
right.
know? What are you going to do with this? Or put an offer in there? Or someone that guy might offer, he might not. It's like a game show.
It's like it's like you're sort of bidding and trading, I suppose, but you're kind of trying to find the house that works for you. What are you looking for in a house? Do you need like do you want a little cabin down the end of the garden like me? Do you need 4 toilets like me?
Well, I live in London, so I'll basically take what I can get. I won't be able to choose any of that stuff.
Right, okay.
It'll be
4
very
toilets,
much
then.
Spend way more money than is reasonable, and the estate agent will spit in your face, throw you the house keys, and say you're very lucky to have that. And by the way, there's no fucking flaws in it. That's what's going to happen.
What's the house? What is the house situation? What are the house prices? Have they gone up? Have they gone down? I don't really know how it all works.
Well,
I was just glad to get out of it, to be honest. Get into it quickly and get out of it as quickly as possible.
Where I live now, if you want a family home, by which I mean a 4-bedroom terrace, possibly a semi.
Okay.
How much do you reckon it is? And I'll tell you.
4 bedrooms got to be like... It's a cool mill, surely. It must be cracking on for a cool mill these days.
It's $1 million. Probably a little bit more. It's mad.
So
we've got to be creative. Also, the reason I brought it up is just because it's quite an exciting thing to do, as I said, and obviously I'll get ground down by it, and you can get updates from me if you want, and I'll fast forward 3 months, and I'll probably be lost the will to live entirely.
Falling off, good.
But one of the things that was super exciting was when the man came round and took photos.
Right, okay. Did he bring one of those 3D sort of video things?
No.
Modern. Right. Okay.
He brought a pretty good, decent quality kind of SLR camera with some interesting looking lenses.
Some fisheye lenses to make it look bigger.
Not quite a fisheye. Well, this is the thing. See, the conversation I had with him, which is really fascinating for me, not for him, to make that very clear, was because he just wanted to get it done. He was dropping hints by the end of it, like, I've got to do 6 of these today, and I have to do 6 every day. So some of the houses are really big and it takes me ages. He kept saying that. I.e. just leave me alone to get on with this. But one of the things that's fascinating is the grey area of what they can legally do with the photos and what they can't.
Oh, right, okay. What, like, so you can't... if there's sick on the wall, could they digitally alter that to remove sick on the wall?
Yes.
Right.
I think.
Dead
I'm a
body?
novice here, but I'll answer the questions.
Okay.
Dead body, no, probably not.
No, probably not. That's a feature.
But the things that what I found fascinating is they can. So he did the garden, right? Took a photo of the garden, and it was fucking pissing it down. It was dreadful, right?
Yeah.
And then what you've got to do, you've got to make it as kind of uncluttered as possible, all the rooms and the garden. So we did that, but then obviously what you're effectively doing is when he comes to take a photo of, say, the living room, you're removing probably 3 or 4 bits and pieces and putting them in the bedroom while he takes the photo, then you're moving them back. And then you're moving the bits from the bedroom into... Because they don't want it to be too personalised. They give you kind of direction of what works best. They don't want... I think the psychology is they don't want people who are potentially going to buy it to not be able to visualise themselves in it. So they don't want to see, like, really nice wedding photos and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So you've got to do that stuff. Anyway, so with the garden, it was pissing it down. So he and I, and to be fair to him, he was a grafter, and he was like, look, we need to move a lot of this stuff from the outside, out of the shot in the garden. I said, look, okay, well, I'm happy to do it. I'll stick my coat on and I'll do it, but it's going to take me twice as long, or you can come and help me.
Yeah.
So we were both out there in the pissing range moving stuff around. And so he took a photo of the garden and it looks fine. And but do you know what he did? Do you know what a little bastard did? What? He's not a bastard. I'm actually pleased he did it. He photoshopped a blue sky in it.
They all do it. So you can always tell it's the same blue sky.
That's absolutely mad.
You go to the front of any estate agent, it's always like a blue sky, and it's kind of like you can tell it's the same cloud formation. They've only got 3 or 4 cumulus limbuses and all that stuff. They've only got 3 or 4 examples. Terrible.
So I get that. I get that that's not legally actionable, because people can't. I mean, in the UK, you can't really complain about that. But I just thought it felt like a big betrayal of the situation we were actually in.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Do you think?
And he also said he can't use fisheye lenses because it bends the furniture too much.
Right, yeah, I bet it does.
It looks mad.
And it looks really obvious, yeah.
So what he was doing, Pete, I'm telling you, you'll be interested in this. He's getting the camera on a tripod.
Yeah.
And guess how long he's keeping the shutter open for?
Oh, like a long
because you turn all the lights off.
Right. Yeah. A long time, and it just gives you everything. It gives you the entire
6 second
range.
shutter speed.
Really?
Mad, isn't it?
In London, with all of the vibrations from the underground.
Yeah.
How's he getting away with that?
Oh, there's no underground in where I live, but I'm not putting that on the fucking advert either.
There'll be more people under there.
I'll put transport links very good is what I've put.
Can you do reviews on people's estate agents? Luke Murray's lying. There's actually quite a lot of patio furniture that he will not be leaving with.
No, they can have it. Actually, I'm not carrying that back through the house. The 6 second shutter speed, which is pleasing. I thought that was pretty interesting. I like the fact that he said that he loved his job because he got to go to all these different houses. I felt like I was really pleased that without any input from myself or the wife I've got access to, they referred to the decor as stylish.
Right. Okay.
And the bathroom was stylish, and the decor was tastefully done.
You've done a lovely job in that house.
My wife has done a lovely job in that house.
Yes, exactly.
I've quite simply just transferred some money to a homeware company.
To a voucher.
Yeah. So fingers crossed we get it sold. I mean, maybe people will be interested in updates and want to hear how it goes. You were able to, when you got the place you got now, did you have somewhere to sell or no?
No. Okay. Sarah had a bit from an old house, but no, nothing.
So that makes it easier, right?
I had to liquidate my my Bitcoin. So that was my only move. And if I'd kept hold of that, would have been worth a lot more. And my Nvidia stocks as well before they went fucking stratospheric. I had a nightmare. I had a terrible 2020.
You must have made some money on Nvidia though.
No, it was pre making money. It was pre. They just started doing their audio AI stuff, which I thought was quite impressive. And then it went absolutely thermonuclear around about like 2022, didn't it? So, but no, I was long gone since then.
How much money? Tell me how much money you had.
I didn't have that much capital. I didn't have that much capital, to be honest. I'm going to make.
I want to know how much you would have made though.
Well, God knows. Anyway, I've decided I'm going to make my money through sports betting.
Yeah.
I've started putting accumulators. I've started putting 50p accumulators on stuff, and let me tell you, Luke, it's compulsive stuff. It really is.
Don't go. Accumulators are a trip to the poorhouse, mate.
Are they really? Well, what do the smart gamblers do? I ain't got a fucking clue. I'm enjoying it.
I would say
50p accumulator.
A generally good starting point is don't bet on anything the gambling companies advertise as a product.
Yes, that seems to be a fool's errand.
But the thing, having said that, actually, it kind of depends because what I think people miss out on when they criticise gambling stuff, and there's plenty of reasons to criticise them, and I've done that to death on the old Reddit AMA the other week. I totally get it, but it depends what you're in it for. If you're talking about, so I used to work with quite a lot of professional gamblers, and it's all about margins, it's all about spreadsheets, it's all about building your own prices and seeing where the gaps are and arbitrage and stuff like that, right? What I think people misunderstand is that, say, a betting product we would have advertised or talked about on the Ramble, that is supposed to be recreational stuff. It's supposed to be going to the pub for the day or whatever and watching the football, and it's quite fun to have a couple of quid on some outcomes, right? If you want to do that, then obviously go for your life. Accumulators are great for that. I love doing that for the fun of it, because once a year you might win a few £100, right? It's not a money-making exercise. It's a recreational hobby.
The odds are way too high, so you're not going to ever get there, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, and so things like scorecasts, you never really make any money on those. For me, it would be about, like, if you've got the knowledge and the experience and you know a little bit about maths, you can look at, say... So I'll tell you, this is a good example, right? It's a good example. I'll give you an example. So you know it's the World Darts Championship at the moment. Now, Luke Littler, who I'm sure you know, is the runaway favourite. He's a prodigy. He's 18 years old. He's already won it once.
Is he ever going to put his hand on the sparks like that naughty man did?
Oh, that was good, wasn't it? That was good. Was that good, or was that kind of mental episode? It looked to me like it was funny, but I've read some troubling things since.
Come on. Let's just enjoy it.
He punched the shit out of the table as well.
He punched the shit out of the underside of the table, which I didn't understand. Punch the side or the top. He had to really stoop to do it.
He had to apologise for his behaviour, which shows you how far darts has come. Because back in the day, the players used to get so pissed, used to fight people in the crowd. So I don't think it's that. Anyway, so let me give you this example because I think it might be illustrative and it might be interesting for people. So Luke Littler is the overwhelming favourite to win the World Dart Championship. Okay, yeah. He's currently a price, if you want to use decimal odds, of 1.74. So he's odds on, right?
Right.
So that basically means if you put £5 on, you get £4 back plus your stake, right?
Right.
So it's not big money or anything like that because his price is so short. Now, what's really interesting about that is if he was odds on before the tournament started, which I think he actually was, you are looking at backing someone across so many variables over such a long period of time that there's absolutely no value in it whatsoever. So I would say that 128 players, I think it is, there's like 4 rounds, then there's a quarter-final, there's a semi-final, and then a final. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 matches he's got to play across, and some of them are very long.
So those odds aren't even fair. Well, not fair, but you know what I mean. They're not good value because there's so many things that could go wrong.
But that's on the exchange. The market has decided that's what he's worth.
Right.
But you've hit onto it exactly. That's exactly the point I was making, and you've picked up on it straight away. There's so many variables. For me at least, the only viable play is to take him on, is to lay him, is to say, I'll take on 127 other players, get them on side, and I'll go against Luke Littler because there's so many variables. Now, he might win. He probably will win because the exchange is settled on the price, and they're not really that often wrong. But to me, that is no value whatsoever. So if I had to have a bet on the winner outright market in the PDC World Championships, I would bet against Luke Littler because the price is so short. I also used to find that with things like national hunt races with horses over fences. Right. You would occasionally get this like super horse that would go into quite a big field across 12 fences at Cheltenham and whatever, and they'd be like so odds on, it's unbelievable. And you think... They've only got to fall over one fence. They've only got to be boxed in or the jockey makes a mistake. Yeah. That's where people look for the gaps and stuff like that. Now, everyone's got their own theory on it because people have got different styles of betting. But that's not the same as just having an accumulator because you're having a bit of fun. And it's very, very different. I think people should recognise that.
Yeah, I think I think it's refreshing that me with quite an addictive personality has managed to over the last 2 years. I think I've spent £40 on the whole thing, so I think that's pretty good.
I don't think have you got an addictive personality? I don't think of you as like
so. I think I have. Yeah, I don't think. I think everyone says that though, don't they? I think everyone says that. Toblerones, big balls of sweets, stuff like that. But I mean, yeah. My only one is like if I see watching Newcastle match and Bruno's on one, I'm like yellow card. They're like 20 pence nice yellow card. Say again.
Nice angle.
Nice angle. You always know whether he's going to get yellow or not. You can just tell.
So you back him to get a yellow card, and then you're loving it.
Back him to get a yellow card. Yeah. I've had quite a week in the comments, Luke, and I've been reading them, and I got a bit upsetting in my head about my big shouts. You keep saying stuff. I'm not used to being. I don't think I've got the stones to be an outspoken pundit, Luke.
I know what this is about, and I'm gonna approach it carefully, but I'm going to take it on. Okay. Right. This is about you saying that Newcastle should part ways with Bruno Guimaraes, who's the captain of Newcastle, right?
I didn't say they should. I said that if offered an amount of money, they could go for it. And
straight away you've hedged on that big take.
They should go for it.
Leaves you open for
not hedging it.
But here's the thing: if you do an outrageous take on the ramble, and I take issue with it on the show, you get annoyed with me.
Right.
If I question it, you think I'm not respecting you enough. And if I stay quiet, which I did on purpose, because I was on that show when you said the Bruno thing, and leave you to the wolves, you get upset with me for letting you get eaten. What do you want me to do? I
didn't get upset with you. I just got upset with it. I got in the
You're
end.
upset with yourself.
I got in the end with the Geordies. The Geordies had a go at me and I got upset. And I was saying, Sarah, I'm a bit upset with these comments. She's gone, why? And I was going... And then I watched Newcastle and then Bruno was doing the same stuff that I complained about. So I'm like... It's just an opinion. I've just remembered it's an opinion. And it's just other people with opinions on the internet. What's wrong with me? I'm 44 and I'm reading the comments and getting upset about them.
Yeah,
what's that about?
That. Also, you were spot on with the Virgil van Dijk, weren't you?
Spot on with the Virgil van Dijk. Still waiting for the David Raya bonus to come in. He had a couple of... He does invite pressure, and he has it. But Arsenal, they're flying.
But if you say something outrageous and you're wrong, you get dog's abuse. If you say something outrageous and you're right, no one says shit, and that's
no
the
one
game.
remembers.
Yeah.
No one remembers. It's
that's
outrageous, isn't it? I don't know.
You could have at least carried on talking when I was having a swig of water. Then you're supposed to be my co-host. Fucking hell, such bad etiquette. Why are you such a bad etiquette broadcaster?
You don't support me. I don't support you. We're just two.
No, I'm saying I've tried to support you.
I've tried to support me. Impossible.
It's really, really tough to stay on board with you. Before we go, should we do an email, because we've got another food poisoning experience here? Do you think people want
please. That? I think so, because people probably will have food poisoning around about this time of year.
Good, yeah, it's a good time of year for it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it. It's quite long, so bear with me. But I'll do it now. And after that, we're going to have to go, because I'm starting to lose my voice. It always happens this time of year. I get a bit of laryngitis.
Rest it.
Hello, Sir Luke and Lord Pete. This is from Matthew. Hello to you, Matthew. Oh, he said, he signs himself off Matt, so we'll call him Matt. He says, long time listener to the Ramble and Luke and Pete show. Not sure how I got here, but here we are. Heard the call to arms on Monday's show to submit a food poisoning story, and I figured I'd do my part. Now, this is a really good one, okay? And what it put me in mind of is, the next time I have food poisoning, I am going to be safe in the knowledge that people are getting food poisoning all around the world in far more impressive ways and in far more impressive locations than I am in my spare room in South London.
That said though, Luke, having food poisoning in a place where you don't have full control of the bathroom is like,
that's terrible.
Having food poisoning out of the home is the most upsetting thing I can imagine happening.
Well, yes, you have to stay in a hostel.
Death. Exactly. Got to go to hospital.
Well, we talked about this in the first place.
Yeah.
Matt says, nearly 20 years ago, I was on a high school trip to Tibet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very good. We were there for a week, and it was my first time in the Himalayas and my first time encountering that kind of elevation. Of course, as a 16-year-old adolescent male, I thought it would be cool not to care about rigorous preparation or doing any kind of research about the place, so I rocked up like it was any other place, not knowing what I was getting into. I heard vague whispers about altitude sickness and Himalayan food being a world of its own, but I thought I was invincible, so I didn't pay much attention to the warnings. Needless to say, I was caught completely with my pants down. The first day was fine. We landed, made our way to the hotel, had a chill day, visited temples and holy sites, and strolled around admiring the scenery. That evening, we had a feast that our tour guide organised, all of Tibet's finest food. Momos, tingmo, laughing, yak meat, mutton stew, barely a vegetable in sight. Truly wonderful. Wouldn't call it my favourite cuisine, but definitely an educational one. Should I look up what tingmo is? I don't know, I've never heard of it. Tingmo is a steamed bread. Oh, very nice.
Oh, lovely. Very beige. Very beige.
Yeah, and laughing is a noodle dish. Okay, with chili. Okay, sounds good. So I wouldn't call it my favourite cuisine, but definitely educational one. Before I had bed, I had multiple Tibetan delicacies, most notably po cha, which is butter tea, black tea kind of churned with yak butter and salt, which is essential for warmth and energy. I didn't like it. I would, yeah, it sounds good.
Tea, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it at all. He said, I didn't like it at all, but I wasn't going to embarrass myself by refusing it. That's fair enough. The next day, we hopped on a bus for several hours to go camping at a place called Namtso Lake, which is the highest major saltwater lake in the world. Sits at an elevation of just over 15,000 feet. That's no joke. Known as the Heavenly Lake, and is a sacred site for Tibetan pilgrims. 15,000 feet, just trying to get a bit of context there. What height is Everest Base Camp? Let's have a look. Everest Base Camp is 17,500, so you're not far off that.
Right.
It's pretty high up. I know Everest's elevation is just under 30,000 feet at the summit, isn't it? So you're quite high up. He says it was September, but the weather was brilliant, 15 degrees Celsius, bright suns, clear skies, perfect day, surrounded by the Nienchen Tanglia Mountains. On the bus, I started to feel a bit weird. What Luke described on the episode on Monday was spot on, just weird, like sweating for no reason. Felt like I had one of those tracking bugs that Agent Smith puts in Neo in The Matrix. The feeling that home felt really far away should be put as a symptom of food poisoning, because that's exactly what I experienced. Just this ominous foreshadowing weighing down on me. I started feeling lethargic when we got there in the evening and put up our tents. Slight headache and nausea. I was a little dizzy, but I put that down to altitude sickness and nothing too serious. Decided to go to bed early as we had to hike the next day. Boy, was I wrong. I woke up at 3 a.m. to a feeling of nothing other than abject terror. The headache had turned into a chainsaw massacre. My gut was in flames and my entire body was shivering, even though I felt insanely hot. Keep in mind it's now night time and close to 0 degrees outside. I felt a fart come on. A pump. A boff.
A boff.
Yeah. Terrible mistake. He says, I'll give you a bit of a warning here. Sometimes on the rest is history, which I like, they do little warnings about things that can make people feel squeamish. I should probably do one of those right now. So if you don't like the symptoms of food poisoning, you might want to turn off and go for a walk or something. Matt says, a sea of warmth flooded my inner thighs and groin, and I knew in that moment I was well and truly fucked.
A sea of warmth. Just enjoy it. At that point, just enjoy it.
You got to. There is a modicum of enjoyment when that release happens, isn't there?
You are like you're relieving yourself. So there's that, and there's also just like my body has created such energy and heat from deep within me. It's incredible. It's almost like kettle hot. How have I managed to do that?
He says, I dashed outside to find a toilet, only to realise that I was in the middle of nowhere, 4,000 metres above sea level, next to a lake surrounded by barren rock. The sky was beautiful. Thousands of shining stars and a vibrant moon lit up the lake. If I didn't feel like I was dying, I would have probably enjoyed it. Anyway, I scrambled to take my thermals off, which were now completely covered in watery diarrhoea and had pulled in my ankles. I spent the next several hours shitting and puking half naked in the freezing cold right next to my tent in the middle of our campsite with 20 other kids from my school. People I'd seen almost every day for the last 5 years. The commotion had woken up my tent mate, who, for reasons I still don't understand to this day, instead of mocking me relentlessly, decided to actually seek help and found the school teacher responsible for leading the trip. Now, that is a really good sign of how fucked you were. That he probably thought, this is going to be great. Saw you and just went, oh, Jesus. This is not a joke. Matt says, the teacher I still keep in touch with today never fails to bring up this story of how he brought me a blanket and bottled water, sat next to me under the stars in the Himalayas at the highest saltwater lake in the world, watching me shit and piss and vomit with my cock and balls out, shriveled with like my soul. Needless to say, I was immobile for the next few days while everyone hiked and had fun without me. I love this bit from Matt. I do recommend everyone go to Tibet at least once in their life if they ever get the chance. The Himalayas are absolutely magical, and my own bullshit aside, it still remains my favourite place I've ever been to. The people, the culture, the environment are just unmatched. A truly life-changing experience, but do make sure you bring your Imodium. Best wishes, Matt. You shouldn't really take Imodium unless you absolutely have to, because having diarrhea is a point that your body wants to flush it out.
He's up a mountain, mate. That body needs to learn how to make solid stuff again. And to be honest, Imodium, if you've really got it, it just doesn't fucking work. I mean, slam a whole packet and it just doesn't do anything.
I remember telling you, the last time I took Imodium was when Portsmouth got to the semi-final of the FA Cup against West Brom, the year they won it. And it was a massive deal, and I was shitting through the eye of a needle, and I was like, I cannot miss this game. I cannot miss it. So I just Imodiumed myself up. It did work.
A mate always used to take it at music festivals for the weekend, so he didn't have to do a poo. I was like,
it'd make you feel horrible though, wouldn't it?
I know. It makes you feel sweaty and ill. Ugh. Oh,
yeah, I think it is your body's way of trying to flush stuff out though, isn't it? So you shouldn't kind of go against that unless you absolutely have to, I would say.
Yeah, but just do it once. Like, you do it once and then you have some more food, and then they're turning that into water as well. Rude. That's what I said, rude.
True.
Absolutely rude.
You're constantly at war with your own body though anyway, so you probably don't care.
Yeah, well, I'm constantly firing missiles at it. That's a problem, isn't it? There's no.
I'd love to know if anyone has had food poisoning in a more impressive place than the highest saltwater lake in the world in the Himalayas. That would be something to behold.
No, exactly. Made it more salty. One would suggest. All right then. Well, we've been the Luke and Pete Show. if you want to get in touch about poopies, if you want to start 2025
well,
right, get in touch.
Anything.
About anything. Hello at lukeandpeteshow.com. The next sorry episode of this show will be in 2026. So, New Year's resolution, all that kind of stuff. Are you going to get fit? Are you going to learn Adobe Premiere like me? Or are you going to, just see yourself off with some terrible physical decisions? That's the question, isn't it?
Do you think you'll stick out the Adobe Premiere?
I'm going to have to, I think, because Sony Vegas just started being so bad. It's
so all those videos you made for our live shows and stuff, they're all made on Vegas?
All on Vegas, baby.
Oh,
bit of Adobe After Effects as well in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I like to think that, say, emails like that one from Matt, they feel like they might serve a purpose of catharsis for the writer as well. So
yes, I think
he
so.
He probably feels better after.
He feels like it's all out there. Completely agree.
All right. Cool, people. Listen, have a nice rest of your year. Next time we speak to people, as you said, it'll be New Year's Day, really. So.
We'll be the first feet. We'll be the first feet in your podcast app, hopefully. If you start the year listening to the Luke and Pete Show as your first show, worrying.
No, things will be good for you.
Things will be good for you. Things will be great.
I'd like to do a little Luke and Pete Show special with us in armchairs in front of a little audience and just chat to people like that. I think that'd be a nice thing to do. Yeah. So maybe we'll do that in 2026 if people want it.
And then get down the old hen and chickens. Beautiful.
Yeah. People can come to us. No, we're not up there anymore, are we?
We're not.
It's not convenient for us, is it? Hen and chickens used to be right near our office, didn't it?
Oh, it did, yeah. So maybe we
can.
Now. Well, it'll have to be the Palladium then.
Yeah. Already done that, mate.
Already done that, mate. Done that. Seen that off.
Completed it.
All right.
All right, let's go. See you later on. Have a good one, mate.
Ta-ta.